Good evening. Ira Epstein with your SPDR ETF stock market wrap-up, your weekly edition for this Friday, the 13th of January. Well, I'm not going to go into everything that's going on between Iran and Israel because it's all going to change. You know that. The war is now full scale on. They're each hitting each other with whatever they can. I believe Israel has the big upper hand militarily speaking. We will see. I didn't like, and I hated, in fact, the fact that Iran called off the meeting with the U.S. for Sunday. They're determined to say the U.S. is behind this and supporting Israel. Well, of course we are. Why would we deny that we're not behind Israel? Behind Israel attacking them today? That wasn't our call. That was Israel's call. I'm sure of that. But yes, we are behind Israel, and the president's very clear that America doesn't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon, and there's no reason for them to have 60% grade towards a nuclear weapon, uranium. Get rid of it. Move it out. It's pretty simple. Then the U.S. will do business, and maybe the Middle East can simmer down. But the Khomeini doesn't want that to happen. He's lost a lot of his top people. I understand 20 generals, top men in the nuclear program. Mossad took a lot of people out. I'm surprised they haven't gone after Khomeini. I'm not telling them to go do that, so don't write me. But what could be worse? You know, that's what I'm listening to the news people. They're saying the same thing. I was listening to it going, that's an interesting question. So maybe he's that well guarded. You just don't know. But if he's going to stay around, and if the people don't overthrow him, because this is their opportunity if they really want the country back, well, then peace is going to be the way, because they're not going to beat Israel. It's just going to go that way. All right. So that brings us to other things. One of the things that I want to remind all of you is we have our Father's Day sale now. So it ends Monday. There's no reason I'm going to keep it going next week. So Monday it's going to come to an end, and it's so simple. The minimum package you can buy on my research is a quarterly package, and it doesn't start on a quarter. It's 90 days. That's the way to look at it. And instead of charging for 90, we're going to charge you 2/3 of that. So you're going to get one of the 3 months for free. And that's what you'll pay when you sign up. You can get the full futures, the combo, and that's what I love. The combo gives you the futures and the SPDR ETF. Now, because I write so many ideas in the futures and they pertain to the stock market and so on, you get a lot of people that want to do that. And I think that's the best package, the full research with the SPDR video. Now you got everything I do. There's an icon up here. Take advantage of it. I hope you do. I'm Ira. Let's go to the charts now and the action that we've got. But maybe before we even do that, maybe we take a look, not here, but let me get to the right one. I couldn't see when it was changing. Here you go. We don't have a lot of news. We have an abbreviated week with the June 10th. So that's all coming out. That's, I think, Thursday. New York Fed Empire State Manufacturing Survey for June will come out at 7:30. Last month was a negative 9.2. They're looking for a negative 6 now. Baker Hughes, further cuts in the amount of wells. Will taking crude oil up to 75 now, and potentially, if the Strait of Hormuz ever gets closed by the Iranians, maybe over $100. Would that spur on more wells? I don't know. We would find out. Remember, this is a temporary phenomenon. It's a wartime phenomenon. It's not built off of demand. It's built off of the potential in the price rise of lost supply. You have to understand the difference that goes on there. So let's go now and get back to prices. And here we come. Now I should be able to see it. I'm laughing myself at this. There we go. All the stock indices got hit. You can see that very few markets were up. Palantir was up. That's pretty good showing. Oil, of course, up, OIH. The dollar got a minor bid, very minor. People aren't buying the dollar off of this. UNG, another energy, got a bid. Lo and behold, AMC was up 2 cents. And I mean, I'm not making fun of it. I was surprised in this market. Tesla up $6. Now, I am hearing that late today, President Trump signed the executive order now allowing the, if you will, the partnership with Nippon and U.S. Steel. And as Nippon was saying, they wanted control in a certain way to run the business. If he's signing this order, they've got it. We don't know all the details. They're called golden shares, and they're not sharing us, the government, with what it means. But from what both sides, Nippon and the U.S., is saying, the deal is going ahead. So unless something's there we don't know, that's what I'm expecting. Uber, down a little bit on this news, okay, but everything else, today was one of those sell-off days. It wasn't a market crash. It was a hard sell-off day. I kept ET on here, energy trade, because I think it's going to be so important in the transportation of all these energies right now. And we have a 4-day week, so next Friday I'll ask you what you want me to cover. Then we get back to normal trade for a while until July 4th. But you can see the pattern here is bullish. You have higher lows, higher highs. The market, the first time now, all the way back here since February or so, it's back over the 18-week average. I think you'll have buyers show up then at the 1793 level, but I doubt they'll want the market under 1733. If that happens, they might step away from it. If it can rally off of that on a weekly basis, one of the targets that could be where you're at is wherever the Bollinger Band is. Right now, it's near the $20 level, and momentum is still pointing up, getting a bit overbought. And if you pulled back to 1793, I don't know if that would give you enough action to get it away from overbought. Broadcom, not even backing off. I mean, today, just look at it.